So this is where I got the idea for this video. While pouring out water from my well-fed birds, checking to make sure that they still got a little bit of feed, I had the idea that I'd be able to capture one taking a bath on camera. It didn't take too long either, as there are a lot of birds that hang out around where I'm staying right now. Watching them sometimes makes me think more clearly. And as I watched them frolic, I thought to myself about the kayaks that I have, and how they don't really need any, do they? Birds have a wonderful way of keeping things simple. And there sure is a great variety here in the woods where I'm staying. Between the doves and the red birds. Even at night, catbirds come and take advantage of the bath. Anyways, this video is not for the birds, it's about this kayak here. This is the Recon 120. The people who made this kayak made it specifically to accept a Fishfinder. And I had this one left over from my big boat, Kon-Tiki 3. One of the accessories for this Fishfinder that I never used on that boat was a side-scanning transducer. And here it is, brand new in the box. It's quite a big thing. I decided I was going to put it on my Recon, and it seemed appropriate, being that I am kind of living in the wilderness. These are my current accommodations while I'm here in Florida. Here's the bird feeder and the bird bath. You've already seen that. Over here I've got some plants being guarded by Quint, my shark bobber. Over here is a statue that I hand carved and used to be on my boat. Had to keep this guy. And of course I have a wood pile here which helps keep me warm during these terrible Florida winters. Not a bad existence here at Zoffinger Estates. Anyway, this video was supposed to be about me rigging up the Recon with a big transducer, so let's get to that. There you go. See the little inserts in there? That's nice, so no water can get inside the hull. Alright, hi. That's it. This is so easy, you can hold the camera with your knees while you're doing this. Alright, well, it seems that the triple shot big deal side scan dealy here doesn't quite fit in the factory holes without an extra bracket. But a regular skimmer transducer like this one here fits in there just beautifully. Let me throw a couple screws in there. I'll be right back. I gotta say, that was super easy. It looks like it's at a proper height where it's just nice with the water level, maybe slightly below, which is better than being slightly above. That should work just fine and be plenty protected from hitting anything. Pretty cool. Let's wire it up. And then there's a channel here with these little plugs in them that allows for you to screw a pad eye in there, which will hold your wires nice and tidy. And then they're supposed to go up into this area here where there's, I guess, something that you can buy. They always want you to buy something, don't they? It's nice for a good clean installation. I mean, heck, you could run the wires straight across here, but you know, you spent enough money on your Lowrance and or Garmin or what have you, and the boat, you don't want to skimp now, right? Yes, I do. Well, what I'm going to do is take this paddle bit, drill a hole right here, and run the wire through that. 1 inch is enough for this to pass through.
Which is wonderful.
And 1 inch is slightly narrower than a standard scupper plug. So, wish me luck. Let's try this. Ooh! Wow, how violent. Well, pretty sure that's going to go through there. That's nice. Now you have to go through there as well. Oh yeah. That looks pretty watertight, don't you think? Now, all I gotta do is get this around the wire. I happen to have a bunch of these laying around, so there you go. Yeah, I believe that's gonna work nice. I'm gonna have to burn out that hole a little bit though. You guys have seen me do this lots of times, which is why I always have Mr. Burns nearby, ready to go. Just try not to breathe in the smoke. This is not the 1950s and smoking ain't cool. Anyways, after I put this little favorite tool of mine away, I got back to putting the pad eyes in. Again, those factory recesses there make it so that the screw doesn't puncture the hull. I must say, the guys at Wilderness really thought this through. And I'm sure there's a specific thing for passing a wire through the hull. The scupper plugs work just fine, and I've had this thing on the water several times since I've done this. I've also left it out in the rain, and water does not get inside the hull. Alright, this is probably my least favorite type of fishing. Fishing wires through spaces. Yep, this type of fishing is not my favorite thing to do. I've had to do it in attics and in kayaks. In this particular case, I used an old fishing rod. Appropriate, right? To fish the wire through. By stuffing it down into the hole, as it's designed to do for storage, I was able to reach in and easily grab the tip. Now I would just tie the wire to the tip of the fishing rod with some string. And the idea was I'd be able to pull that wire from the back to the front. But of course I wouldn't suggest using your favorite rod to do this, because these types of fishing rods are not meant for this type of fishing. But my little cheap rod got the job done. And made a breeze of this particular task. Now with the transducer wire up front, I had to drill another hole. Which would be close to where the Fishfinder was going to live. Yeah, that's a satisfying moment right there. Even though the wire was kind of loosey-goosey inside my scupper plug. But that's okay. So I run the power cord. That's why I made that a little oblong. To support the Fishfinder here, I've got a 1.5-inch ball mount by Scotty. I'm pretty sure it's the same mount that I was using on the big boat. Worked great then, seems to work really great now. Put a little zip tie around here for later. We know those wires aren't going to get out of control and get hung up or on a fish or something, because surely we're about to catch a lot of fish because I got a fish finder, right? Anyways, yeah, let's get the power wire into the thing and attach to this thing, and let's get out there. This bin that fits in the front of the Recon is great for anything you want to keep dry, which the battery would qualify for. I just reached in, grabbed the power wire, fished it through this little hole here, and it would be right where the battery is going to be, in this little compartment up front. This 20 amp hour battery had me powered up all day long. And the first thing my Fishfinder seemed to find wasn't exactly a fish. It's nice having an escort, I suppose.
Showing us where the fish are, or
Yeah.
chasing us away?
Got the old dolphin finder today. Seems to be working. More and more I find over here in Tampa, when you're fishing, if a dolphin finds out that you're there and you're fishing, they'll hang around you, waiting to steal a catch from you. The dolphin that you saw earlier seemed real interested in my buddy Rich and what he had going on over there. Rich is getting a shell. Look at him. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. How cool. Woo! Holy shit. Wow. This is what it looked like from his perspective. Awesome.
Fish in his mouth. I don't know what it was. Caught something.
You don't have to have fish on to have a great time, in my humble opinion, when you get to witness things like that. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I'm happy they're not after us.
A little unnerving.
I can't seem to catch fish. Ain't no fish here. He's 22 inches.
23, if I pinch his tail.
23-inch redfish, yeah. He just caught it right now. Look at him. Look at this guy. Nice. How big was the snook that you got?
About 21.
21 inches?
Yeah.
A little tiny trout.
Trout might have been 13.
Nice. Good job, man.
Nice.
See, that guy's out fishing while I'm on the phone.
Good fish are hard to come by for me.
Yeah? Did you shoot anything? No?
Nope.
Nope, he gone. Nice, Rich. Nice.
Thank you, sir. Edible.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, that's a nice one.
Sweet. Want dinner? We got a long.
Yeah.
It's still early.
Yeah. You can let him go.
Yeah, we'll let you go. Go on. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Ah, he popped off. I had one.
He'll come back.
I'll be darned, there are fish out here.
What do you know? It's true.
I wouldn't have thunk it. It's kind of neat. The wind was pushing me up against these trees, and I saw a sand hole in front of me and was getting a few little bites, and I didn't want to run over it, so I just did the reverse thing with the pedals. Sometimes fancy things are kind of nice. I'll admit it. That put me on more fish though. You got there, Rich? Fatty. What's up, Fatty? He's so ugly. So shady. So delicious.
So tiny.
Yeah, lucky. Oop, we go. Nice.
Happy accident.
What'd you use, your fish finder? Oh, right, never mind. No offense.
Somewhere down there.
Yep.
Cast it to him.
Watching my buddy catch all the fish had me reaching back for my first aid kit. A little something in there that I keep with me for just such an occasion. Seems like the tide's going out, huh?
It seems like it, yeah.
Little antacid to help keep the agita down. Yep. This is a nice thing to have with you when you're out there kayaking sometimes. Another nice thing was the chart plotter, which seemed to come in handy almost as much as the depth finder. I like how there's contours and colors, like we're coming out of a green section towards the blue section. So that's telling me that we're gonna go deeper up ahead. It's real hard to tell without, you know, local knowledge or a map like this, to be able to tell if that's shallow or deep or what. So this should help tell me where those deeper spots are, which is nice. Never a guarantee that you're going to catch fish, but it's nice nonetheless. Gives me a little more confidence on the backside of this island over here. A little bit of a difference in the color of the water up ahead. That might mean that it's deeper up there. It also shows me that I'm at 1'7", which means I can put my drive down now, because I need about 1'6" to work the propeller. I might keep it up for a little while longer though. This drift is nice. And I can angle myself a little bit with the rudder. Any kayak with a rudder is pretty awesome. Ooh, I see fish ripples. I gotta say, it's a lot of fun. It's like having a video game. You can see my little cursor here, and if I go around this corner, it gets pretty deep. Let's see if I can go and look at just the chart. Yeah, look at this. Look at all those places to explore. If you can imagine being back here in some of these spots, you might get a little disoriented, but having this to guide you is it's very neat. I wish I could have had this years and years ago when I would venture out to places I had never been. Then again, I would go out all the time back then, you know, regardless of my ignorance or whatever. And I did pretty good back then, I must say. So fancy equipment is really neat. I definitely enjoy having it. It adds another level to, you know, getting out there and fishing. But as always, it's no substitute for time on the water. I'm able to be out here in shirt sleeves and you know, bare toes. I feel very fortunate to have this ability. I know a lot of the country is freezing cold right now, so counting my blessings, I am. All right, enough talking. Let's go around the corner and see if we can find a fish. It wasn't very long before I found a deep spot in the middle of the flat, and not long after that I found a fish. Hey, a bent rod, what do you know? Ah, isn't he cute? Just a teeny tiny guy. Come on. You can see a little dip right there. 4.2 feet, 4.1. Most of this is like 2 feet, 2.5. But it seems to be making a difference. But yeah, we found this little deep spot just trolling around. Probably could have seen it with our eyes, but it's neat to be able to see it right there on the screen, confirming it. Little pockets hold fish. Well, the rest of the day I trolled around and didn't seem to find too many fish, but I was still on top of the world. Between having a really nice kayak and a Fishfinder and chart plotter, it was kind of like driving around in a fancy car without actually having a place to go. Didn't care about the destination. I was just enjoying myself. Well, guys, having the Fishfinder on the wilderness recon was actually pretty amazing, and I want to revisit putting on the long transducer, the one that has the side imaging and stuff. Even though I'm usually not in that deeper water, I'm really curious to see the thing work, and I know there are some deeper spots that I might go to if I could see down there and know what type of structure I'm fishing. So what I did is I took the factory screw that comes from the bottom of the wilderness, and I'm replacing it with this screw here, which is, it's a bolt, I guess, right? But it's a lot longer. The blue mark is where it bottoms out, and I found some bushings and washers and stuff that will help make this bolt the right length. This will help conform it to the shape of the bottom of the boat, and it should work to get that transducer perfectly level underneath the wilderness. So let's give it a shot. All right, I've got the transducer here with the factory bracket, and it's going to sit like that, hopefully. And I just needed, again, a spacer in between here and the boat, so I'm going to put it on the boat like this, and when it's secure, then I'll just fold it up. So I'm going to take the washer, put it on top there. That'll go through there. Come on, baby, cooperate. Put that on there. And yeah, I'll do this twice. Forgive me if I don't show you, because I don't have a camera guy. Doing this all by my lonesome. All right, you go on up there. I think I got it started. Good. I'll get the other one going. This is very tricky. See, a store-bought version of an adapter bracket would work better here, but I'm impatient and cheap. Or practical, that's what I meant to say. Alright, that goes on there, come on, there you go, good. Now just find the hole, hair around it. Go on, baby. Oh, you suck. Good thing I can edit that out. Yeah? Yeah, come on. Come on. My knees are freezing. The floor is so cold. Oh man, come on. You suck. Oh, this is, you know, back from my days of kindergarten when I used to put a round peg in a square hole just to tell the teacher what for. Okay, wow. Jesus. Okay, see what I got going on here? It's all kind of loosey-goosey for now. And then hopefully I'll be able to tighten it up. Come on. It doesn't want to fit. Come on, you can do it. Oh yeah. nice. That's real nice, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. All right. This now fits. The question is whether or not this is level. That's supposed to be really level. It looks like it's a little low in the back, but it's hard to tell because this tapers up as it goes back. So I think the keel is more like what I'm trying to match, and that's pretty good compared to the keel. So I think I'm gonna tighten this down and run the wires, and I'm gonna take this behemoth back out on the water. Well, I won't show you this part because I already did the fishing of the wires, but suffice to say that Wilderness has made it really, really easy to install this thing on the Recon. And it's also a lot easier to move this thing around by having a pickup truck that doesn't have a topper and a bunch of stuff in the back. The forecast today was atrocious, but I really wanted to get out and give this thing a go. So I took it to a nice protected area that I knew would have enough water even though it was low tide, and enough shelter from the winds and potentially the rain that we were supposed to get. It was a very tight spot, but there was plenty of water, which was good considering the draft that this boat has with the propellers. It was also good to get out there and see some amazing nature. This is a beautiful spot. And using the Fishfinder, I would be able to see all kinds of things on the bottom. Good things, and potentially some bad things too. If I see an alligator down there, I'm running for the hills. There's something down there. Let's see what's over there. There you go. I'm zooming in on that a little bit, because the bank isn't too far away. It's very Jurassic Park back here. It's one of the few places where I knew I would have enough water and shelter from the wind, and it's supposed to rain soon. So this is going to be a very short trip. I've been told that you have to stare at these things for a long period of time before you start to understand it. It's kind of like the English language is very useful for communication, but you need to learn it first. So I'm looking forward to playing with this. I've had the side scanner thing for quite a long time, but yeah, this is my first chance getting to play with it, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna have that long before I gotta go home and well, at least I won't have to rinse it off. At least somebody caught a fish. Hi, Bubba. Well, the deeper down this channel I got, the more I tended to use my eyes instead of the Fishfinder, both scanning the banks for alligators and looking for structure that might actually hold fish. And I was quite surprised having such a big kayak in such a tight spot really wasn't an issue. With the pedals, I was able to stop on a dime whenever I wanted to fish. I was able to hold myself against the current that was actually pushing through this creek, And anytime I saw a log under the water, I would try to recognize the shape on the Fishfinder, so that in the future, if I saw a similar shape, I would know that it was a log or fish. I also kept an eye out for things that could potentially be swimming around down there. Anytime I saw that, I would kind of stop my momentum and throw the lure out there. If I didn't catch anything, I would inch forward a little bit, try another spot, stop, and work the whole area. Up ahead, I saw a spot that was kind of tight compared to where I was. I thought a pinch point like that might potentially hold some fish. So there I was, using my eyes instead of the Fishfinder. That and a really slow retrieve with pauses seemed to do the trick. Hey. That didn't seem to matter, you know? About the Fishfinder. Come on, out of there. It's a pinch point in the canal here. Just seemed like a spot that would hold fish. Sure enough, there he was. Never got to see him on the fancy Fishfinder. That's something. Snooky. Thanks for coming along, bub. Alright. Well, I'm not sure about the Fishfinder making a difference there, but it sure was nice to have reverse. I'll admit it. In the past, I would always have to have a paddle with me if I wanted to turn around, if I had the pedal style propulsion system. Each seems to have its benefits. The fins don't draft as much when you flutter them, but the propellers give you that instant reverse. And very nice maneuverability without having to grab a paddle. It's nice when the sun comes out too. I must admit, once the fish started biting, I paid very little attention to the Fishfinder. Rearrange our stuff here. Thank you. What's up, little fishes? Snook smell, something else. Fish, sun, rain. It's nice. Pretty pretty. Go on. Bye. Well, there's the jar plotter. If you can make sense of that, I don't know. I can't. Right now I'm just using my eyeballs, and I'm fortunate enough to be in a spot where the fish are biting, and I'm catching fish. Go figure. The reverse is really working out. What at first I didn't really trust or like or think was worth it, is turning out to be quite a thing in this tight area. It's nice to be able to pull those fish out from under the structure. Back when I didn't have it, I swore up and down that you didn't need it. But now that I got it, man, that is pretty neat. Now this thing, on the other hand, I don't know. Like I said, I have to learn to understand it and use it, and this is probably not the perfect spot for it, but I'm still pretty happy about having that. And who knows, maybe someday I'll have a bigger boat to put it on, and by then I'll understand what exactly I'm looking at. In the meantime, I actually know somebody who is very familiar with these things, and maybe I can arrange to go on a trip with him and get a few pointers from him. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for coming along, and good luck fishing, whether it's fishing wires or fishing for fish. All right, I'm gonna see if I can catch some more. Catch you later. Bye.